Hello everyone. Man, this is hard. So as you see, ambulances, search and rescue, police. I was actually about to go on the boat with my dad, stepmom, and my kiddos. We were gonna go fishing, and we got stopped. And we saw, we thought it was a search and rescue, like somebody's boat sank or something. And my heart just hurts right now because somebody actually committed suicide. And as you all know, that's something that's near and dear to my heart because I had almost committed suicide when I was a kid. When I was 15, my buddy saved my life. And I'll tell you, when I went through some of the hardest stuff in life, that was that was a story and a mental struggle that I had went through, where it would just pop up, wham. And it was always when you were going through the hardest time of your life. And it's not even an option for me. And at this point, I have my 2 kiddos, and there's no way I can do it. I made a story about a dream about death. If you're struggling with suicide, please watch that video. And it was one of the things that got me over the hurdle, where I was like, even if that thought ever pops up in my head, it's not even an option. But see, as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this, I'm just thinking like, man, I thought about it. I've had 16 people tell me I was the reason they didn't commit suicide because of these videos I make. And I just can't help but to think, I wish I would have had an opportunity to talk to this person. And see, the first thing, like, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, first of all, like, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay, right? So what that means is, like, if you are in a place where you are struggling mentally, like having those suicidal thoughts, the best thing you can do is reach out. The last person that I was talking to, this young lady, and I was talking about Boundless, my book, my mastermind, how I go speak to the kids in the youth prisons. And she's like, why do you do all this? And I told her, I said, well, to be honest, I almost committed suicide, 15. Then I had tons of thoughts like that for a majority of my 20s and so forth. And sometimes those thoughts will pop up in my head, but you know what? Like, I'm not gonna make that permanent decision on a temporary circumstance. And she sat there and actually told me I was about to kill myself tonight. And I said, see, the thing is, I've went to multiple funerals that someone committed suicide, and people who also, like, drank themselves to death and got in a car wreck and died because of their alcohol problem. They couldn't get over something that was hard, and it turned them into an alcoholic. And I said, see, this is the thing is, every time I went to one of those funerals, I heard countless stories of people saying, I wish I would have known they were struggling, and I wish they would have told me because I would have helped them. I love them so much. I miss them. I wish I could have been there for them. I wish I could have been there for this person, right? And I told that young lady, I said, please, before you make this decision, one, I'm going to send you a video that I made about a dream about death. I said, 2, please tell your mom, your dad, and your 3 best friends, whoever your best friends are, reach out to them and say, I can't take it no more. I'm about to give up. I'm about to commit suicide. First of all, that doesn't make you weak. That makes you strong, right? I said, please, 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 I beg you, please do this. Please tell them. And she said, okay, I'll do that. The very next day, the lady, or her mom, calls me from her number. She's calling me, and I like instantly answered because I saved her number in my phone. And she said, Curtis, my daughter told you about you, and I have to thank you because you saved her life. If it wasn't for you, she would not be here today. Just like this person. They gave up. They felt alone. They felt like nobody would understand. So if you are struggling with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to your loved ones. Tell them how you feel. Tell them you're struggling. And I promise you, that will be the day. There's so many reasons why you can't. This is my daughter. This is my son. There's so many people that would be hurting. You think that it's going to make things better, but what it does is it make things way worse for anybody who cared about you. They're going to struggle. They're going to blame themselves. They're going to say, I should have been a better friend, to where they could have felt comfortable enough to talk to me about it. They're going to struggle. So even though you may be gone, everyone who loves you is going to struggle for the rest of their lives until they can get healing to get over it. And sometimes they never do. I've talked with parents, and they talk about their kid that died or committed suicide, and they struggle with it for year after year, on your birthday, on Christmas, on holidays, on days where you all had special memories. They're going to struggle with it. So please, first of all, give yourself grace and forgiveness for having those thoughts. That's the devil. That's not you. That's the devil. The devil's here to steal, kill, and destroy. He's here trying to put confusion in your mind that this temporary situation is permanent. It's not. See, I've been to a point where my bank account was in the negative. I was worried about my truck getting repossessed. I had my electric bills getting cut off. I had a wife leave me for another man, like getting married right after her divorce was final, pregnant. Like, I was struggling. But see, then I was like, you know what? No, devil. I know better. Everything happens for a reason, and it happens for your good. So when I was struggling and all those thoughts were coming up, I was like, no. You know what? I know God's got some amazing woman that we're going to mesh perfectly, and I'm not going to rush this process. I know the day when she comes, I'm going to know it. And see, sometimes we have red flags, right? And see, like, I had some red flags with my ex, and I was like, no, you know what? She's super pretty. I'm doing this. And then we had a kid that we didn't plan. And then I was stuck like Chuck, right? And I saw those symptoms. See, this person that committed suicide, I guarantee you, it's not the first time they thought about suicide. They thought about suicide over and over and over again, and they didn't pay attention to the warning signs until it just overcame them. And then I'm sure it was on a day where they were feeling really weak. You know, this is Tuesday. Not no special day of the week. And he finally gave up. So today, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to your people. If you ever struggle with suicide and you got any tips that you can put in the comment section, please put it in the comment section. Like, share, comment, because you never know when one of your people is struggling with suicide, just like this person, and they're afraid. They're afraid to reach out. There's so much joy that can be in your life and others' lives if you just allow yourself to reach out for help. I love you all. You know the drill. We're all in this together, moving a step closer to boundless. So be boundless. Have a great day. Life's so beautiful. You can make it beautiful. Don't give up.